Well, welcome to Something to Talk About. I'm really excited about this edition because it's Christmas time and everybody's always running for something interesting or unique to buy for someone, a loved one, and even those who are off island. And so I thought we would dedicate some time during this show to meet some entrepreneurs from Guam that are selling things everywhere they can sell them. I know that we all know this one right here. This is Jude Mosley, the Dragonfly lady. And then Jayne Thompson, who I've not met before, but this is my first time to meet you.
Yes.
Welcome and Merry Christmas. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Nice to have you guys. Now you see we have things up here. This is not for sale. This is fruit. So Judy's got such a, let's start with you, Judy, because I think you've just had a unique, I've invested in Judy's ornaments over the years. She's got something completely different this year, along with the stuff that you've had over the years. These are ornaments, and I've used them just as displays. I don't take them down for Christmas.
No.
You know what I mean? I just have them, like, I have a Santa Maria and Camelin statue. Every self-respecting Chamorro woman should. And the one that I got from you is on her stand, and she sits right next to her, sharing the space. So, and they're beautiful. I mean, the artwork and everything. So can we start with just with the stuff that you have on sale at the moment at Chamorro Village, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
That's the village, the normal ornaments I've had for the past 4 years representing Guam.
Yeah. They're
and
just
they're-
artwork. They're
very popular.
beautiful. I mean, the Guam seal. Oh my gosh, that's one of my
The
favorites.
Biba Guahan has overtaken the Guam seal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Oh,
it's got the cocoa bird, the bougainvillea, the proa, and the map of Guam.
Okay.
So that, and some more have just arrived in.
Yeah.
So in time for Christmas,
In
which
time
is
for
good.
Christmas.
Yeah.
But you've got a new thing that will be available right after Christmas.
Yes.
But still, I think it's a great idea. I don't think anybody's done this one before.
No, and it all started with my Umatic ornament, and everybody said, "Well, how have you done Umatic? But what about what about Jigo? What about Dedado?" And it got me to thinking, why not do one for every village? So that's what I set about doing 2 years ago. And it's taken me 2 years to complete them to what I would call my satisfaction.
Is it your artwork? So that's how it goes, right?
It's my designs,
Right.
and then they get put onto the ornaments in China because it's the art form called Nihua, which is done from painting the inside. They paint inside out.
Wow.
So that's what makes them
And then what do they
unique.
do after that? Is they bake it? What do
No,
they do?
no.
That's
That's it, and then it's protected forever because the outside doesn't have any paint on it.
Oh, okay. I mean, they're absolutely beautiful, and you have one to represent each of the villages.
All of the 19 villages,
Yeah.
and there's a little heart on
I
the
think that's really
ornaments as
cool.
well.
I think you're going to get a tighter shot of it later, but each of them have a little heart right at the
Yes,
at the
because that's
stem.
part of our logo. It
Yeah.
takes a village.
Yeah.
And then just a few words on it takes a village is how all the villages come together and make Guam.
Yeah, it's a great idea. The work is so well done, and they're unfortunately not available for Christmas, but you could buy them soon.
Pre-order.
Yeah. Okay, you pre-order now,
Yeah.
and then you'll be able to buy them online as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Is this popular mostly among locals on Guam, or are they sending them off island? Or
The other ornaments get sent off island a lot. These, I think, will, but the dynamics of the buying is different because you have people buying 10 of their father's village, 10 of their mother's village to send to the States. So that's something
my.
I've not seen before.
Oh, you didn't think about that?
No, not at all.
That you would do the maternal and
No,
maternal
no.
breakdown of the
and so
family.
I've seen how that works, and then there's 10 siblings.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's 10 from each village, and there's
Wow.
only a small amount this time for
Yeah.
each village.
Yeah.
So, and the Guam seal, the thing that
Tony.
unifies them all is the Guam seal on
Yeah.
the back.
Oh, really? There's a
Yeah,
Guam seal?
on the
oh,
back
I
is the
see
Guam
that.
seal joined by
Okay.
tropical leaves.
Can I grab one of them?
Oh, that's
Come on.
Chalampaga. That's the only different one. I did ants.
Well, I see that here it is, the Chalampago one. This is
Right.
so good. So you do. There's the Guam seal on the back of that.
Of every single one.
Chalampago. And here's the interesting thing. You've also spelled it the way it was commissioned by Gita a long time ago, wasn't it?
Well, all
When
I
they made
did
the
was I went
sign?
to all the mayor's office, a lot of the mayor's offices, and said I must have the correct spelling in Chamorro.
Yeah.
And that's what I've done.
Okay. Well, that's how all of the village
Yes.
entrance signs are
Is
show.
it? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
that
correct,
spelling.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that is, these are available, not at the moment, but the other ones at
Very
Chamorro Village,
Yep.
where you are
Yep.
always.
Yes.
Okay, that's your permanent home.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was your permanent home too, wasn't it, Jayne?
It was.
It was. Tell me about what we have. Clearly, we have one. She didn't fall. This is a mermaid. What? Now, tell me, Chief Kipua.
That's my version of
All
Chief
right. So
Kipua.
tell me what are they made of?
They're made of yarn, and I crochet each doll. It takes about a day
Wow.
to make each one.
It's not a bottle underneath there.
No,
This is
it's
all.
stuffed.
Oh, okay. I thought you made like the mold was like a bottle, and then you
No,
worked around that.
And these are my designs, the patterns. So I made the pattern,
my
and then I crochet them.
How long does it take to do each
takes a
one?
day
Just a day.
to
Even
make-
with
to
the
do
bigger
one.
ones, it takes
Yeah,
a day. Yeah.
It's pretty much the same.
What's the inspiration? Obviously, Guam is an inspiration.
Yeah. Well, I started these island dolls 2 years ago at the island fair, and then last year I introduced the Monuncles. So I do a Monuncle set, and I sew her Mestiza. And then the mermaids, they are just a Guam thing. Everybody likes mermaids.
This is a lost art a bit, isn't it? I mean, a
Yeah, I
lot of
think
people
it's
don't
coming
still
back.
do that. Do you think so? It's coming
Yeah.
back? Did you ever crochet as a young lady? Oh, did you? Now, did you grow up like that, or is that like
I
part of
grew
your...
up with my mum crocheting me dresses,
Yeah.
Oh, my.
which are coming back into fashion,
yeah,
aren't they?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I have seen that. They're manufactured, though. There aren't people that are doing this hand because it's quite the demand. But,
Yeah.
you know, the baby blankets and the booties, and then those were the things. So have you been crocheting all your life?
Well, on and off.
Yeah.
I started, I think, when I was maybe 12, and then I'd let it go, and then I'd come back to it. And I think I've always crocheted, but not consistently.
Well, this is
This is consistently.
This is consistent, and I'm sure it's pretty therapeutic too.
Yeah. If I don't crochet for a few days, then I start feeling I have to crochet.
Yeah. So who buys the dolls?
Locals mostly.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And so is there one character that is more popular than the other?
Well, right now it's the mermaids, and then I also do unicorns. So it's the unicorns and the mermaids for the little.
Oh,
girls.
unicorns. Yeah, unicorns are back in too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then I
okay.
do dinosaurs for the boys. Make little puppies. I make whatever.
Are they
anybody
just used as
wants.
like stuffed animal, like toys,
Correct.
basically?
Yeah. A lot of times, like with this set here in particular, I do make smaller ones. So they order them. So the mom, the dad, and then the children.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
So how do you decide, again, which of the characters, and do you find, is it a little bit intimidating to do some of the characters that you need to be like Chief Kepua? You said it's your version of Chief Kepua. You know, is there a lot, is there any stress that goes into, boy, I hope I get this right? I recognized him right away, so you know what I mean?
Well, for 2 years I was doing him with a strip here, and so it was here, and then a local Chamorro guy, older man, came into my store and he goes, if you're going to do them, you need to do them right.
Oh.
Yeah.
And so
I've had that
You've
too.
had that too?
yes, and so he said this can't be here. So then I just
wow.
stopped, and then I just do this
Well,
now.
well, that's easier on you.
Yeah.
So
but-
so I guess that's what happens. You run sort of a, I don't want to say a risk, but you do. Is it a risk for you?
Not a risk, no. But I obsessed about getting these ornaments right. Obsessed, because
You wanted to be culturally sound, or
culture correct. And recently, a lady came up to me and she said, "You've spelt our village wrong." And I did. I mean, my heart nearly stopped because they've all been produced now.
Yeah.
And she said, "Asan is spelt A-S-A-N," and I said, "But not in the Chamorro language." Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I'm sorry. She said, "You've done it in the Chamorro language," almost like, and she was surprised that somebody had done it. In
Well, it's thoughtful.
yeah, people have been so receptive.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been amazing.
I mean,
but
it's a
yes,
thoughtful-
It is a challenge. It is.
I mean, it is a thoughtful extra step because you could have still gone away with it had you not done it, if you had just done the English version of how we've been pronouncing and spelling all these years.
But the local people were the ones that asked me to do the villages.
So
So
they-
I had to do what I knew would be right. Like I couldn't get the wrong flower on
Yeah.
it, or I couldn't put the wrong fruit.
Yeah.
Because it's just then you don't buy it because it's not correct.
Yeah.
Well, it's all in the detail, and if you want to
it
take
is,
a
yeah.
look,
Yeah.
and if you
Yours
want
too,
to take
right?
a look
Yeah.
at it, these are pieces of art, and you can find. Judy, we know where do you find you? Where do you find you, Jayne?
I do the Akanta Mall, and then Wednesday night at the Village.
Okay, that's more.
And then right now the holiday fairs that I can get
Okay,
into.
so you can find her. I mean, find them.
There will be
on-
a Guam product seal on the 15th.
Okay.
That'll be at again shopping center.
All right. So, and you'll be a part of that.
Yeah, I am
okay.
a Guam product
Well,
seal.
tis the season for great gifts that are very thoughtful, and we look forward to you owning one of these. And I hope that you'll let me know on the radio if you do. Thank you, so
Thank you.
much. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Merry Christmas to
Merry
all
Christmas.
of you.
Merry Christmas.
All right. We'll be right back. Well, here we are again on Something to Talk About. Thank you for joining us here at Kings and Mooning. Calvin Halloway, as I
Hey.
live and breathe. How you
Hey,
doing, man?
oh, I'm hanging in there. I'm
Merry
good.
Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas
I got to
to you
tell you that
too.
we're talking about these unique gifts and talking with both Jayne and Judy about the stuff that they're doing. Everything is so Guam centric. I've said for years now that Guam is in this like renaissance. Are you feeling it? Like people are
yes.
buying Guam things?
Yes, especially in the States. We have a lot of people that come into Chamorro Village, and it's weird. Every time we help a customer, I think they're from Guam. I mean, they're from Guam, but they're actually visiting. They're looking for Guam products that they can send back home to family, or while they're here, they want to remember the island.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny that you mentioned that too. Even on the internet, I think it was Hawaii that I was surfing and I was looking at something, and the Guam seal popped up, and they were using our Guam seal to promote a Hawaii product. So Guam, the symbol, the Guam seal, is unique.
It's unique, yeah.
It's very unique. It's outspoken of the island, and it really tells the story of what Guam's about.
So now you are doing something interesting here. Tell me about this. This is actually, what are you doing here? It's like razor cutting or something. What is that?
Yes, it's part of it's laser engrave and part of it's cutting. A while back when they talked about the Guam product seal and creating products on Guam, I'm thinking, well, what do I know how to do? I'm not a master wood carver, but I do know how to use a computer. I'm very tech savvy, so I want to do something where I can make something, dealing with Guam. So I bought a laser and started designing different graphics, and it's a combination actually of engraving here. This is actually engrave also, but then you have the laser cuts with the numbering.
Oh wow! All right, and then the rest of it is just putting in a battery pack on the back. And, but
Yes.
it's different though because it's a clock, so there's a little more that goes into just putting a couple of legs and an arm or whatever on a battery pack.
Right.
You got to calibrate it, right?
Yeah, and actually got to spend a lot of time. Like this clock itself with the box actually takes about 2.5 hours to make. And I'm talking about staining and everything else, but yeah, a lot of it's trial and error sometimes because
Yeah.
you do a design and you think the pieces are going to fit perfectly, or the wood grain is going to look right when you actually cut it, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Well, this smells like I'm at a barbecue right now.
Yeah, that's just finished maybe about 30-40 minutes ago.
Really? Why is it burned? Is this to seal?
Oh no.
Oh, it's just for the.
yeah.
Is it burned?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
Actually, when the laser actually goes in and does the cutting, it actually burns the wood.
Oh, so this is actually just all part of the design.
Yes.
Okay, the coloring is also part of the design. So is this like a template, a template that you put on it, and then you sort of do the razor edging, whatever?
Yeah, it's
artwork?
actually,
Yeah.
what do you want to call it, image
Yeah.
of the Guam seal.
Yeah.
And basically I'm telling the laser
nice.
to actually burn it into the wood. And you can feel it,
this is cool.
the actual lettering here.
So is this a box, or is
Oh,
this
sorry.
it opens up?
Oh, yes.
Oh, it's for cigars.
You have a Rolex and, you want to put cigars in there, you can do that too, or
I
put
just
your
love the
Rolex in.
smell of the wood and the burning. Oh, it's a box. Okay, this is a good hiding place.
Yeah,
Who
so you
knew?
put the clock
Oh, you put the
in.
clock in. You can put your bills in it that you want to hide from other family members. I like, oh, that's cool. All right, and then this one is another clock?
Yeah, mini me.
And this is also, oh, okay. Now, is the clocks work, obviously, when you
Oh,
put
yes,
batteries
sorry,
in
I
it.
didn't bring batteries.
No, that's
but
okay. I
yes,
mean, we
they
can't
do.
expect too much. I really appreciate that you're coming down. Where are we selling these to?
We sell online.
Yeah.
The website's called www.shoptremorovillage.com, and also we sell down at the Village, Tremor Village.
Okay, that's always I mean, that's a popular spot.
Hmm.
Are people? What are they buying? What else do you have? that-
Well, it's kind of
Mostly?
interesting that you mention that. Even though we have the Guam seal, we have tourists that come here, and Guam is still known for weddings. So we have a lot of customers that actually want something special from Guam, and they'll ask us to engrave or cut out something related to their wedding, like the
the
anniversary
date or
date.
something like
yeah,
that,
their
okay.
name. So we do a lot of that.
Oh,
a
you
lot
do
of
some
clocks.
personalized, customized stuff then.
Yes,
And you
yes,
do a
we
lot
do.
of that then.
A lot.
Does it
yes.
take a long time?
Again, 2.5 hours sometimes. So
Wow.
it gets kind of tedious because
Yeah.
sometimes if it doesn't cut right, you have to start all over again, and you're there all
You
night.
go through quite a bit of this stuff though, wood.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
and everything's bought here locally except for the clock pieces.
Okay.
We buy our wood here. We buy the glue here. The stains bought here. As much as possible, we wanted to do everything here on island. It's just the mechanism for the clocks.
Yeah.
Of course. we
And
can
I
do
see that you also have the shirts, and you said you do hoodies.
Yeah, we do hoodies.
And
we
you
do
can find that
shirts.
in the store. Or you can go online.
Yes, also.
Both at the store and online.
Right,
Okay.
and we sell mestizas also online and also
Okay.
at the store.
What's the name of the store?
It's called Guam Village Market.
Guam Village Market. Sounds like you can get empanada there.
I really got to think about changing that name because we sell no food there. Public health, we sell no food there.
I was like, this Guam Village Market, I'm looking for my Eva. All right. Hey, listen, man, it's good to see you.
You
It's
too,
nice to
Patty.
run into you again, and I appreciate you bringing everything down here.
Thank you.
Guam Village Market at the Chamorro Village. Hey, listen, that's just some of the unique products that we could bring. Oh, including, by the way, we forgot about these. These are also ornaments
Yes,
that can
Christmas
double
ornaments.
as a keychain here, and that also with the Guam seal. We've got a lot of other gifts that are great for Christmas, local products made by local artists, and we'll give you a little sample of that right now. We are something to talk about. We'll see you next time.